In today's modern age, we're all bombarded by digital messages, whether it's screen time, text messages, email, or more. We know there is a growing movement to have a little more disconnect from the digital world. Dza Kilung Rinpoche is a Tibetan Buddhist teacher, and he's also the author of the new book, The Free Mind, Finding Clarity in a Digitally Distracted World. And he joins me now. Welcome to New Day.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Having me.
Yeah, of course. First of all, you are part of the Kilang Monastery. Can you tell us what that is and how you became a part of it?
Yeah, Kilang Monastery is in Tibet, East Tibet. And when I was very young, around 17, so I became responsible for monastery and taking care of, and so learning, so everything happens there.
That's amazing. And for those of us who don't know, how do you describe the beliefs of Buddhism?
Well, Buddhism is, could be different for different people, but my understanding of experience Buddhism is really not something like that you believe something that you don't know, but you believe something because you know what is in there. So which is in every situation that when we see things are changing and everything's are interconnected, but it seems like we don't know that. But then Buddhists teach us about this interconnection and everything is changed, yet we're all connected. So that part is really, for me, is a big things that, yes, I know, I believe this is, that everything is all connected. And it's also, everything is moving, changing, you know.
Wow, that's beautiful. And tell us what led you to write this new book, The Free Mind.
Well, as I mentioned, I grew up in Tibet, which is very much nomadic land, and so we don't have even land phones for until like maybe late 80s, or you know.
Wow,
so
yeah.
I grew up from that, and then merging to modern world. There's a big gaps in culture shacks and different things in there, but I had an experience of this land phones at those days, like, you know, and people call and leave messages, but there's a little gap and a little kind of relaxed atmosphere, so that you don't have to carry your phones and like everywhere in pocket, purse, hand. So it's there's some kind of, you know, this space
Zen
for your personal, you know.
Yeah.
And by then it's changing so fast, everything. So you think you have a personal space, boundary, but basically everything is taken by this busy and digital and social medias, and everything is so amazing, a phenomena. So I was kind of nervous myself to, I'm getting in this world, how do I can manage my own time? And how do I use my precious time for like meaningful ways? So then I start to looking around, and so my only solution is actually meditate and be mindfulness and be aware of what you're doing, things around. So it very much worked and helped me. So then I felt like sort of pity to not sharing this something experience that I describe for people that like me, you know, everybody has like 2 or 3 devices in around their life, and dealing with this may be helpful to share my experience and some ideas.
And what are some of those ideas that you have to tone down, you know, anxiety that might stem from these oversaturated digital lifestyles that we all have now?
Well, it's you need to honestly to develop some self-discipline.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, and also a little patience.
Yes,
you know?
we could all use that as well.
Yeah, and it's kind of, you know, what I say is patience. Sometimes, you know, our devices, you know, left and right, in front, everywhere, and make beeps and sounds and like everything. and this sound have indicate for that's coming from Facebook or YouTube or like WhatsApp,
Instagram,
or they
all
have
of that.
Instagram.
Yeah.
So you can tell by sound, and so at that moment, if you can be a little patient, says, okay, I'm with friend,
Yes,
I'm
and be living in the moment.
Yeah,
there.
I'm living in the moment and having nice personal time. So I don't want to engage in looking at screen. If you can be patient, little like that, I notice it's really greatly help.
Definitely, and I want to get this question in too. You work with a Buddhist center right here in Washington. How can people learn more about it?
We have a meditation sanctuary on the Whidbey Island.
Fabulous.
And we have a meditation on every single Monday, 5:30 to 6:30, to simply sit and meditate mindfulness. So everyone welcome, and so just drop in,
Thank you so much for being here and sharing all of this. It was really beautiful to hear from you. And just a reminder, Kilang Rinpoche is holding an author event on Thursday, November 7th at 7 p.m. at the Elliott Bay Book Company.